Those shorts sure don't leave anything to the imagination, do they?
Hey, Dr. Mama Bosco, can we ask you a few questions?
Can it wait? I'm very busy trying to figure out where all these Sams came from.
It'll only take a minute.
Fine.
Max and I were taking a closer look at those underground cloning tanks.
Yes?
And they've got Bosco Tech written all over them.
That's horrible. Someone must have snuck into my lab and stolen all my cloning equipment.
Who do you think broke into your lab to steal all your cloning equipment?
Well, whoever wanted an army of Sam clones, obviously.
Well, duh, Sam.
What are you doing?
Same as you two. I'm trying to find out who's behind all these clones.
Got any ideas on how to stop the clones?
No. Not really.
I'm sure Bosco will be okay.
Yeah, a Las Vegas wedding will be just the thing to center his restless spirit.
I wish that were true, but I just know this'll all end in tears.
And lawsuits.
And shirtless raids by the police.
Say, Dr. Mama, what does this dimensional destabilizer doodad do anyway?
It temporarily pokes little teeny holes between this reality and other dimensions. Want to give it a whirl?
Sure.
Now, I haven't had a chance to calibrate the navigational controls, so you'll have to figure them out for yourself.
Don't we always?
Wish me luck, Max. I'm off to explore the Nether Realms.
You should probably rephrase that. Ooh, science-y. Hey, you! Sam?
Ah! Bugs, roaches, they're under my skin! Get them off!
Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick, weary bark. Here's to my love. O true apothecary, thy drugs are quick, thus with a kiss I die.
Hey, guess what? I'm not really dead! Ooh, awkward.
Holy wheezing bellows of Krakatoa, what a ride!
You okay?
Yeah, but only because I've sealed away most of what I saw into a deep corner of my subconscious.
Just like that time you caught me singing in the shower.
In any event, I probably shouldn't do that again until I've got a really good reason to muck about in other dimensions.
Aside from the lulls.
Wow, they're right. The camera really does add 10.
So those clones have, what, 5?
Science! Mama B?
Yes?
Any useful tips on that dimensional destabilizer?
I think the 4 dials correspond to 4 etheric axes. Fate, mind, emotion, that sort of thing. But I don't have any idea which dial controls which axis.
Didn't you build the for slugging a thing?
Yeah, but I subcontracted a lot of the work out to Reykjavik. Confidentially speaking, I think they did a lot of the work during one of those 6-month Icelandic keggers.
Oh, what now? Get rid of them!
You again?
If we could just...
We gotta get in there, Sam!
Why? I mean, other than the generic amusement of antagonizing people.
I think Monsieur Paperweight's mysterious boss, Dr. Norrington, is in there.
And?
And I need to thank him for helping me out against Salmon Mac.
Let's see. Foot, snake, squeakle squeakle, bird. Done!
We probably should have guessed that one. Still remember the code?
I'll have you know I've got a mind like a steel tramp.
Trap.
Really? Huh. A steel tramp would be a lot more fun in a bum fight.
Ah! Don't look at me!
Oh, come on. You're not that ugly.
You don't understand. Human minds aren't equipped to comprehend.
Hey, Sam, there's a guy in here!
I'm impressed. Most humans are driven incurably insane by the mere glimpse of my unspeakable visage.
Yeah, well, no offense, but we get more unspeakable visages in our convention swag.
So you're the mysterious Dr. Norrington?
I am known by many names. Among them, Yog-Sothoth, Elder Fiend of the Dark Dimension.
I'm so surprised.
Shocking, true, but not nearly as shocking as the horrific truths I suspect I must now reveal.
You and Paperweight seem to know a lot about that Devil's Toy Box that everybody keeps stealing.
The Devil's Toy Box. Ha! You should be so lucky.
What are you talking about?
The Toy Box is of a power far greater than that of your primitive gods and devils. It is the property of my grandson, Junior.
Junior?
Yes, Junior, the youngest and most horrible of the Elder Gods. His birthing wail shattered the supercontinent of Pangaea. His first steps sunk the proto-civilizations of Subarctica.
Junior?
In an effort to stop my rampaging grandchild from destroying the Omniverse, I brought many of my precious childhood keepsakes over from the Dark Dimension to keep Junior distracted and entertained, as well as a box to contain their frightening power.
Junior?
Unfortunately, when the Elder Gods were banished to the Dark Dimension, Junior's toy box was lost during the move. And in the millennia since, he just will not stop whining about it.
Junior?
It's a lot scarier if you've got the requisite complement of larynxes to pronounce it correctly.
So why have the 1.5 of you been trying to get your hands on the toy box all these years?
To destroy it!
But why? It's got all those cool toys that make my brain tingle and my ears all fuzzy.
The toys of power were never meant for mortal hands. For the sake of all that exists, they must be returned to the toy box and annihilated.
You're not gonna take my toys, are you?
Not yet. Your chaotic mastery of the Toys of Power may yet prove useful in defeating the master of these blasphemous portly canines.
Hold the phone. You're Yog-Sothoth, the world-shattering Elder God?
You look like something my non-existent cat coughed up.
Curb your tongue, rabbit!
No, Paperweight, the Naked One is right. This debased form is a pathetic shadow of my former glory. Long before the dawn of man, my kind was sovereign over this dimension and countless others. We welcome the development of sentient life, drinking deeply from your bottomless wellsprings of terror, and also your succulent hairy flesh.
Ew.
For untold eons, we lapped at the perpetual buffet of your horror and worship, until powerful forces rallied to drive us back to the dark dimension.
Forces?
Primitive hybrids somehow impervious to our powers. You know them as mole men.
Get out of here.
Yes, that's exactly what they ordered us to do.
You know, it's a lot harder to take you prehistoric Elder Gods seriously, now that I know you were banished by a bunch of mole men.
Scoff if you must, but the mole people were much more powerful before they were genetically marginalized by the cruel twists of evolution.
Just like Uncle Billy.
So, should I call you Yog-Sothoth or Norrington?
Call me Dr. Norrington. When uttered by your mortal tongues, my true name sounds disturbingly like our term for number 2.
You should hear him say nuclear.
So how did gigantic behemoth of an Elder God like you get stuck in Panty Waste anyway?
Paperweight!
Silence! Several decades ago, Monsieur Paperweight foolishly attempted to summon me to this plane of existence.
Yeah, we, may have heard something about that.
Paperweight's infantile conjurings were doomed to failure, but the uncanny power of your grandsire's brain somehow managed to extrude an infinitesimally tiny fraction of my essence into this dimension. It became fused with Paperweight's unsettlingly hairless and ladylike torso.
We've spent the better part of a century trying to retrieve the toy box and send the great Yog-Sothoth home.
And we would have succeeded last night if you hadn't lost your temper over that slobbering space ape.
Sorry about that. Do you know anything about all these handsome brutes that are stealing toys throughout the city?
The clones are meaningless.
And chubby.
Hey!
But if they are truly stealing toys, then their master may be attempting to gather a complete collection of the Toys of Power.
Collect all 1024. Impress your friends.
And destroy the entirety of existence as we know it. You've already borne witness to the damage that can be wrought when the Devil's Toy Box is mostly full. If the box is completely engorged, its power will tear down the walls of reality itself.
What do you have to say about all those creepy tentacles we found in the cloning chamber?
Tentacles?
Yeah, like the ones your boy Paperweight summoned in the museum last night.
Cthulhu's wattle!
Ooh, I'm using that.
Only one such as myself can summon the Cilia of Torment. Whoever's controlling your clones must be awash in the forces of the Dark Dimension.
Did you really just say awash?
The only thing that can properly vanquish matter from the Dark Dimension is the Chthonic Destroyer.
What's the Chthonic Destroyer?
Is it pointy?
The Chthonic Destroyer is the ultimate psychic toy. A weapon so terrible that it was once used to drive the Elder Gods themselves back to their home in the Dark Dimension.
Ah, look, that mole man is smiting an army.
Mind if we hold on to this?
Sam's got a thing for illuminated manuscripts.
If it will help you find the Chthonic Destroyer, yes, of course.
Thanks. I'll try to keep Max from drawing dirty pictures in the margins. Can the Destroyer be used against those tentacles?
The Destroyer is proof against anything from the Dark Dimension. Me, the tentacles, the toy box.
Sam, we gotta get one of these things.
You'll have to find the hidden giggling realm of skittering ingestion if you wish to find the Destroyer.
So, aside from tearing apart reality, anything else you think we should know about the Plague of Me?
Only that they should seriously consider a gym membership.
Stay put. We'll probably have more questions later.
Your kind always does.
Whee!
It's a page from an illuminated manuscript detailing an incident with something called the Destroyer. And lo, did Brother Acidophilus return in a flash of light from the giggling realm of skittering ingestion, armed with the Chthonic Destroyer. Though giggling and plagued with visions of skittering insects, noble Acidophilus smote the beasties from the dark dimension with the Destroyer. His enemies laid low. Acidophilus returned the Destroyer to the gibbering realm and resumed his peaceful life of molitude. Years later, he was eaten by a crazed beast.
Why are they...
Gaze not into the mind of an elder god, insect! Cease your intrusions into my host's mind.
Star, talk.
Are you casual gaming in your head?
Well, excuse me for being able to multitask.
Oh, I'm a scary sorcerer with a squid in my belly. Fear me.
What a horrid impersonations!
I see you have acquired Charlie Hotep.
Yeah, creepy little thing, ain't he?
Oh my, yes. I don't even know why I brought him over. Junior hated him, played with him for about 10 minutes, then tossed him aside like a used snot rag.
That's kinda sad.
The elder gods are beyond your mortal concepts of sentiment. They
I'll
do not...
give it a rest.
Toys? Can we borrow this?
You most certainly may not. It is so fragile that the slightest breeze destroy it.
But
The scroll is meaningless.
who knows what sorts of ancient gimcracks and gewgaws lurk in those boxes?
Well, I'm not opening them to find out. Do you know how hard it is to get Guga juice out of my fur?
Say, Papercut, mind if we take a closer look at your journal?
I promise to laugh at your bad poetry and schoolboy crushes.
No!
I'm afraid I must concur with my host. Paperweight's journal contains all the spells we'll eventually need to destroy the toy box and send me home.
Rhinoplasty.
Hey, what gives?
After your recent rhinoplasty rampage through my museum, I cast a spell preventing you from transforming into anything in my possession. Ha!
Boy, you are a little ball of spite, aren't you?
You have no idea.
Still nothing.
Ha!
Still no-
Ha!
Toys.